What up YouTube, it's the Uncle Fuck, back again after a very long hiatus, whatever, I was gone a while, working full time does that to you. But here I am with a brand new project. It is the Pokemon World Championship. What this basically is I'm basically going to be pitting all gym leaders, Elite Four, main characters, villains, whatever, all against each other. They're going to battle. Couple rules for this, however, is they're going to be starting off, all of them start with one Pokemon, preferably their main. Some of the teams may change based on, because I don't want to use the same Pokemon, like some of the grunts will probably all use Team Poochyena and all that jazz. But basically it's going to be like a kind of catch and evolve kind of thing, if you know that format from Smogon. Basically what that is if the character wins, they get to catch a Pokemon and evolve a Pokemon. Couple changes to that rule, however. You're only allowed to evolve Pokemon that so say like for example, say battling with Brock, and he obviously is from Canada, he has an Onix. He cannot evolve his Onix into Steelix, as he is a rock type gym leader, and Steelix loses the rock typing. Another thing is, for example, 3-stage evolution lines like Bulbasaur, Ivysaur, Venusaur. The first time they win a battle, they'll be able to evolve into Ivysaur, but they then have to win another 2 battles to evolve into Venusaur, just to make it a bit balanced. To get a Mega Evolution, you have to have 6 wins. Trying to think what other rules I had. This is just for me. I'm literally just battling myself. It's so sad, but. A couple of things as well. When the battle starts off, another thing is, if a Pokemon doesn't have a Mega Evolution, but has, for example, Sneasel and Weavile, if they get 6 wins, they can, so say like it's Price, he's got Sneasel, can't evolve it into Weavile because it's the wrong region. If he then gets 6 wins, he's allowed to evolve his Sneasel into Weavile, even though it's the wrong region, Johto, Sinnoh, etc. A couple of things I gave for my battles is they're allowed 1 hazard and one free hazard turn and 1 free what's it called? 1 free what the hell's the word? Like status, like they're allowed to like Dragon Dance, Swords Dance, whatever. However, this is voided if they have Protect, Fake Out, anything that may make them flinch on the first turn, then they lose that right. Or Substitute, whatever may stop them from having these hazards, that's voided. They get 1 and that's it, and then it's all out battle. And that's it, yeah, so it's going to be broken down into a bunch of brackets. If you win, you move on. If the character loses, they move into a lower bracket, because I want a ranking. So as you can see from this slide, I've started with the first. There's going to be 1 person from each region, so as you can see, started with the base gym leaders. So we've got first gym leader from each area. We've got Brock, Falkner, Roxanne, Rourke, Silent, Viola, Ilima, Milo, Misty, Bugsy, Brawley, Gardenia, Chili, Grant, Lana, and Nessa. Each of these guys have got their teams ready. I know what Pokemon they're using. It's all good. So obviously if they win, they move on. They lose, they move to a lower bracket, because I want there to be like a leaderboard kind of thing. Like I want there to be like what's the word? Like a ranking, so we can definitively see who the best trainer is really, or just how jammy these fuckers get. Like we'll see how good they get. If not, then that's their own fault. So yeah, let's move on to see. So this is how the ranking will look. This is how the bracket will go. And I'll show you the other bracket later on when this person loses or wins or whatever. And here are our first 16 in the first bracket. This is what I'm going to refer to as the main bracket. When we get to there'll be lower brackets, literally if you lose a bracket, you keep going down and down. If you're above the bracket, then that's sick. You're probably like minted. I don't know what place this will actually be, but it'll lead to whoever's in first place. And then obviously you keep going down and down and down if you keep losing. Like obviously, for example, if you move on to the second round and lose in the second round, you're not going to go to the same bracket as someone who would lose in the first round, because that's just stupid and we won't get a ranking. But yeah, here are the main brackets. Here are the 16 that are playing. And let's move on to see who the first battle will be. So the first battle is going to be Brock versus Roxanne, as you saw from the tournament earlier. So Brock's team is obviously his ace. It's going to be Onyx. This Onyx is a... I can't remember what nature I gave this thing. Jolly, so plus speed minus special attack. It's going to have the moves Dragon Dance, Head Smash, Earthquake, Stealth Rock, with the ability Rock Head and an Eviolite. Now, I've just taken these sets off of Smogan, but if it's Little Cup, I will be changing their levels up to level 100, so that they're going to be sick. And then Roxanne's team is her ace, Nosepass. Obviously, unless she gets 6 wins, she won't be allowed to evolve Nosepass into Probopass. But this is a relaxed Probopass, so Nosepass, so plus defense minus speed. With the moves Stealth Rock, Rock Blast, Thunder Wave, and Volt Switch. Ability Sturdy, and it's got the item Berry Juice. But yeah, let's get into the battle. So obviously Onyx and Nosepass will be the starting team. Let's have a look at what they do. So volume looks up, but Onyx goes for Dragon Dance, gets that +1 attack and speed, and Nosepass goes for Rock Blast. Hits for 5 times, but it's not very effective and only did like 6 damage or something. With the +1 speed and attack, Onyx goes for an Earthquake, but it doesn't kill, and Nosepass breaks out its Berry Juice. So Nosepass goes for another Rock Blast, but this only hits twice. And then Onyx goes for another Earthquake just to steal the deal. Too bad it wasn't a sturdy battle, but that's all good. So with that, Brock goes on to the next round of the battle in, which unfortunately means that Roxanne is the first person to move down to the lower bracket, which is just unfortunate. So let's go on to see what Brock decides to add and evolve to the team. Brock decides to add his famous Geodude, like I said, another rock type from the Kanto region. However, Onyx will not evolve as Steelix takes away the rock typing, which if it started as a Steel Ground and evolved into a rock type, then it would have been allowed, but because it's evolving into something that loses its typing, then it's not allowed. But that's cool. So far as the ranking stands, Brock is technically in first place with 1 win under his belt, with Misty, Faulkner, Bugsy, Brawly, Rourke, Gardenia, Silent and Chili, Viola and Grant, Ilma, Lana, Milo and Nessa all technically in second place, as none of them have battled yet, which leaves poor Roxanne down at the bottom without having even won a single battle and 1 loss. She's at a 0-to-1 ratio, but that's fine. So hopefully next week we'll have another challenge, another battle to face, and I'll see you guys in the next episode. Dunkelfuke out.